Choice is a power. Choice is a power that you have. Hello, my name is Nyawara Ndambia, a beautiful divine human being born and raised in Nairobi, Kenya. Karibu sana to my channel. So this is me choosing to start. And what triggered this journey for me was, I remember I was at a point in my life a few years back. I mean, healing, granted, is a continuous journey. And I remember just thinking, I'm not really happy with where I was, what I was doing, the people around me, my environment, basically my external. I wasn't happy with my external. So I decided to embark on a journey to look internally. And as I observed my thoughts, my habits, my behaviors, my emotions, I came to the realization that there were two different versions, right? So there was a version of me that I was observing, the one that I knew wasn't happy. And then there's also the version of me that was doing the observing, the one that knew there was better and this was not it. You get me? So what I came to realize, that at the core of my unhappiness or discontent or unfulfillment, at the core of it was sikuwa najijua. That's just it. And as I started my healing journey, I came to realize, if you don't know who you are, people will tell you who you are, and you really don't want to be in that position where people are telling you who you are. So I decided to intentionally embark on uncovering and discovering and learning and relearning and remembering who I am at my core. And it's actually, I wouldn't say it's a hard journey, but it's a very emotional journey. And I had to be very resilient and consistent. And actually, let me tell you, the best thing you can ever do for yourself in this journey is give yourself grace and be the kindest person to yourself. Because when I was actually looking at it seriously, I realized there are people I was treating in my life better than I was treating myself. And that was like, wagwan. And also, at the time, because I didn't see me, I thought my role or my contribution to my environment or the people was my energy. And I didn't understand the concept of everybody having their own energy, because I thought, because mine is bubbly and fun and light and positive and then my role is to give and help people see that energy in themselves, only to be depleted internally. And that's why I got to that point in my life where I was like, hapa ni wapi? Nah, I don't like it. So I decided to change it. So when I realized there were two different versions of me, right? Niliona, hii version enye iko unhappy, ndio ni kama volume iko turned up. And then this version that already knew that there was better for me and this was not it, the volume was turned down, because thoughts like, uko sure, what if it doesn't, what if all these things, right? So I decided to turn down the volume of the version of me that was unhappy and turn up the volume to the version of me that already knew all these things that I want, all these visions. They're not far-fetched, they're not even big enough dreams. And if anything, it's the true me, because that's the version I was born with before everything else came in. So it was more shedding and releasing and let me tell you guys, the thing that really helped me, crying. Hey, let me tell you, I cried so much, and it's such a blessing to have tear ducts, guys, because human design is complex, but everything is very intentional. So crying was my number one best thing to do when it came to releasing. Manze, I would cry and cry and cry. But then the beauty of crying is once you cry, you just feel lighter and whimsical and happy and joyous. And then it's like, hey, let me tell you, according to my journey, so the cycle was I notice, I take accountability, because in as much as I didn't like my external, I was also a very big contributing factor to my external, because everything in my life is from my perception, right? So if I didn't like the people who I'm hanging out with, also am I a quality person to them, right? So there's that. So there's two sides of the coin. So it was more of, okay, walinifanyia, okay, fine, ulifanya. So it was like it's holding a mirror to yourself and seeing, okay, fine, if I don't like the environment, the job, the people, the circumstances, how am I also contributing to them? Because you're also a contributing factor. So I realized I felt kind of lost, because I was also surrounding myself with people who weren't found. And once I embarked on my journey to find myself, my journey back home to me, to find me, I realized I outgrew a lot of the people I had around me, because they weren't also embarking on that journey. And at first it was like trying to push them and encourage people, like, I am one like, and then now when I realized kila mtu ako na energy yake, I was like, yeah, okay, Guan. So let me take back all my energy and let me focus all that energy towards me. So that's what I did. And that's the thing. So as I was healing and healing and healing, I realized I came into this cycle of fixing. So I was like, aya, okay, wapi kwingine kunataka kufixiwa hapa, wapi kwingine kunataka kufixiwa hapa. And you fix, and you can get to a point where you're fixing, and so fixated in fixing that you forget to actually live. And I was like, who am I healing for? I'm healing for me, right? To be a true me. And if the healing is for you, it's for you to become the version of you that you know is at your core, which is the best version of you, right? And there are so many things that I had wanted to do that I had put off because of fear or overthinking, but at the stem of it all was just because I didn't see me. And sometimes, especially for people who don't see themselves, you can be around people who see you better than you see yourself, and what they choose to do with that is up to them, depending on what kind of person those people are. So I was like, okay, if I'm doing the healing for me, what are all these things I've been meaning to do, but the what ifs and the fear has been holding me back? So let me start doing them. So this is one step of me doing the thing, and I'm so happy that you're part of this journey. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.